Hi, I'm Ted Nicolaou, and I'd like to welcome you all to tonight's screening of my very first film, TerrorVision. Back in the 1980s, when Charles Band's Full Moon Entertainment was active, the way that they would decide which films to make was a very strange process. We'd begin with the poster art, and Charlie would commission artists to do posters based on his ideas. And once he found the art that he liked, he would take it to his writers and directors and say, here's the poster, give me a movie that tells this story. And at that time I had been working for Charlie for a number of years as an editor, and he knew that I wanted to direct. So when he came to me with the poster of TerrorVision, after editing a number of his films and knowing kind of what was possible and what was impossible, I realized that the best way to deal with this idea of a monster coming out of a television set was to do it as sort of a horror comedy. Now, my love of horror films comes from my childhood. My father used to take me to the movies every Saturday afternoon, and we'd see movies about aliens, UFOs, giant monsters. And he loved science fiction, and I love science fiction. And I grew up in the Cold War era, in which there were a lot of movies of nuclear paranoia. And when I started thinking of the story of TerrorVision, I decided that I wanted to make a movie that a kid might turn on TV and catch a little bit of the film, and somehow something about the film would stick in his mind. And that very same thing had happened to me when I was a kid with two films that I caught fragments of on television sometimes. One was William Cameron Menzies' film Invaders from Mars, about a little boy who sees a UFO land in the sand dunes behind his house, and pretty soon his parents and his teacher and the police are all being taken over by mind control by these aliens. And the other film was based on a Dr. Seuss story called The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. And both those films are unique in that they are very expressionistically designed, and they tell a story of paranoia from the point of view of a child. And so that's kind of the spirit that I tried to put into TerrorVision, was a nightmare told from the point of view of a child, of adult things going on that he doesn't quite understand. I was assisted in that effort by the cast that we were able to get for the film. Garrett Graham, who had appeared in Phantom of the Paradise, Used Cars, a gifted comedic actor, and Mary Warrenoff, who had by that time appeared in Eating Raoul and a number of underground films. At that time I was going to a nightclub in Los Angeles called Club Lingerie, and I would see Mary Warrenoff there almost every weekend. And also a band called the Fibonacci's played there quite often. So when it came time to cast the film, I sought out Mary Warrenoff really for the role of Medusa, the horror film hostess on television. But when Mary came in, she said, you know what, this role of Medusa is the role that people would expect me to play, but what I would really love to play is the mother. And for me it was such a brilliant idea, and she was so gifted as a comedian that immediately we went with that idea. And same thing happened with the Fibonacci's. I had seen them play, I really liked the vibe of their music, and so we were able to get them to do the title song and a couple of songs within the film. When I went over to Italy, where we shot the film at the old Dino De Laurentiis studios, I got to meet Giovanni Nautalucci, our crazy production designer, who brought his own mad vision of what an American swinger household would look like, with all the erotic modern art on the walls and the multi-levels and the Roman jacuzzi room. So pretty soon the movie was like this freight train just that I was hanging on to, of crazed, wonderful actors, beautiful, strange sets, and a monster created by John Buechler that is the most grotesque monster that we could possibly create, with 2 or 3 people inside operating the eye and the tentacles and the monster itself. What I wasn't ready for was, when the film was finally finished, the fact that critics hated the film. and audiences were completely baffled by it. The tone of the film was so unlike anything else that was in the theaters at the time that it became sort of a love it or hate it sort of movie, where people either really loved it and understood the comedy, and most of those people tended to be pothead marijuana smokers, and the rest of the people who just thought it was the stupidest thing they'd ever seen. So I'd like to do a little test tonight, and after the screening, if you would raise your hands if you loved the film, raise your hands if you hated the film, and let's see if it maintains that sort of balance and divisiveness. I hope you enjoy it. I understand if you don't enjoy it, and thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm very pleased that the film continues to live on. Good night.